because of that. You can still hear it though. Oh.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's better. You can hear the birds in the background.
Yeah, but as you've seen the title, going live on a Wednesday or Friday evening, we're going to just go into Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. Go down for there.
You said the volume low, but I think you said
we good now.
Yeah, no, we good.
All right, kind of the water. And shalom to the brothers and sisters who may join. But yeah, we're just gonna go into Habakkuk 2:3 because prophecy's here, man, and prophecy's only can continue to ramp up because we believe and we see through what has been given to us by the inspiration of the Lord Yahweh Shemi outside of this marvelous movie that we are at the end of this. It's clear to see, it's evident to see, and it's manifest that this is the end, man. And we believe it. We're seeing what Iran, and that's a major thing going on right now within society. Israel and Iran, and it brings to mind, the least flocks that draw them out.
Ezekiel.
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Going to that, Ezekiel 38?
Yeah.
Yep. And Israel, Iran, Russia, and Ukraine been going on. Palestine in the mix of there. So we believe that this is at a point in time. If you want to add anything.
No.
All right, you got it.
Just right at 3.
You started 2.
Okay. Habakkuk 2 and 2 it said, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Mm-hmm.
For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
That vision is for an appointed time, man. And we believe that this is that appointed time. That vision, which the Lord Yahweh said would happen. The end of Babylon the Great, our deliverance, the destruction of Esau Edom, the implementation of the RFID micro C-HIP, the MOT. We believe that this is that generation, and we believe that this is that appointed time. I'm going to go into that word appointed real quick in Habakkuk real quick. That word appointed, it says for an appointed time. H4150, it says mawa'ar, or mawar, or not damn, mawa'id. So it said appointed place, appointed time, appointed sign or signal. So we believe that this is that appointed signal that that vision is about to take place, man. And it also says, a signal, appointed, a sign, a time, appointed due, appointed season. Because as it says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there's a time and place, and that there's a season to everything. So Esau's reign of terror, his hegemony is almost up, man. And we believe that this is that time. And what it say? It said what? It said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it may seem like prophecy isn't being fulfilled, but prophecy is indeed being fulfilled. If you wanted to ask them if you got a precept.
Yeah, Matthew 24 and 33. Well, 32, my bad. It says, now learn a parable of the fig tree. His branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves. Ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these, know that it is near, even at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
go ahead.
Because so you was talking about the season. What did you say that? Ecclesiastes?
Mm-hmm.
So you was talking about the seasons.
I'll pull it out for you real quick.
And you see the time, when the times change outside, the leaves fall, that fall's about to come, then ultimately winter.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the signs. And so it says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So that generation that the Lord was talking to back then, today, that's why it says that in Revelation, when the Lord come back, He gonna get the ones that pierced Him. So that same generation, they're back. He gonna get them on this go round when He returns. This generation, this the time of Edom falling. And the signs are here. And what's crazy is reading that today is the beginning of something.
Yeah.
You know.
Today is also the longest day of the year,
Yeah.
which, after today is going to start back down to match up with daylight savings,
Yeah.
sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But I got that Ecclesiastes for you. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Yep. And so, hey, there's a purpose for everything. You know, there's a purpose for Esau, Edom falling.
Yeah.
You know, for these other nations falling. You know, for the controversy of Zion ultimately. You know, so hey, we need these different parties to kick off so we can get up out of here. That's the goal, is to get up out of here. We're tired. You know, it says, that they should wear down the saints for being worn down. Hell, the northern kingdom, look at what they're going through. They're being worn down. You know, of course they're 2/3, but you're gonna have the elect amongst them. You know, with the what they call DEI, the ICE raids, and it's gonna trickle down to the southern. You know, we at the beginnings, the birth pain stage of Esau Edom falling, Jacob's trouble. Yeah, that's all I got.
You get Revelation 19:11.
Yeah, and I have another one too, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna get there.
I'm gonna try to find. No, go ahead. I'm gonna try to find that server.
All right, we get this Revelation 19:11. It says, and it says, and I saw heaven open. Let me start at 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him.
Yeah, that's what.
And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God. For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So you're supposed to be in the spirit of prophecy. Why? Because you know that the times that we're in. You know, this is the time that you're really supposed to be prophesying. Because it's jumping off the pages. And you're only going to be able to prophesy if you got the spirit of Yahushua with you. You know, you just can't go out there and speak of whatever. You know, because you're going to be judged for that. And that's something that's contrary to the doctrine. You're just going out there preaching whatever. You can't be doing that. You know, and it says I'm going to get verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make what he's going to come back and do. You know, when he comes back with the so-called UFOs, that white horse chariot, and that's how we're going to beam, that's how we're going to be beamed up from the destruction that's coming. That's at the door. You know, and so, hopefully, worry about how the righteous shall be saved. Don't worry about the wicked. Because really, everything that's getting ready to happen is for the wicked. You know, of course, the righteous are going to be caught up in that, but they're going to test it. It's a difference. You know, even if we are, put to death for the Lord. That's the thing, we're being put to death for the Lord. But that's a victory. Yeah, I ain't trying to go off on nothing else. And I got one more, because we talking about the signs. So, I'm going to get the second Esdras 9. I'm going to skim through this.
You started one?
Yeah, I'm starting one.
Yeah.
Second Esdras 9, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, when I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that at the very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And so, with these signs popping off, we know that the Lord's getting ready to come back. You know, it says, in our salvation is near to believe. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
And we're seeing these things right now, man. Wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, uproars of the people in the world. We just seen what they just had King's Day, which nothing really came of that, but that's still uproars of the people. They saying they don't want no king. And that's what it says in 2 Esdras 15, that they should not regard their kings nor princes. Yeah. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're showing you, and the Lord beginning to visit this place, man, as it said in the next verse. Then shall thou know that I spake of these things from the beginning, man. And he's beginning to visit this, which he made. He has already ordained from the beginning that these things would happen, man. This is the will of the Lord Yahweh outside, as it says in Isaiah 55. So Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. So the Lord said that these things are going to happen, and who are you to change it? Who are you to try to negate it? Who are you to try to stop it? You're nobody, man, compared to the Lord Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. Verse 5, it says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
And the end is manifest. When you go into that word manifest, it's clear, it's evident, it's plain to the believers of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because the majority of these individuals can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what is about to happen. They believe that America will continue on when it's not. Real quick, that word manifest, I just wanted to go deeper into it. It says manifest, clear or obvious to the eye or mind. And what does Yahweh say throughout the scriptures as well? He that hath the ear to hear, let him hear. He that hath the ear to hear and eyes to see, let him hear, let him see. What does it say? Clear or obvious to the eye or mind. So this isn't just clear to everybody. This is clear to the elect of the nation of Israel, man. As it says in Matthew, 13:11?
I got it.
Yep. And also, real quick, it says obvious, clear, plain, evident, undisguised, unmistakable, unquestionable, undeniable. So this is what we're seeing right now happening. This is the will of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the end, man. Mm-hmm. And it's clear to see. It's clear as day, man, to us. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Matthew 13:11. It says, "He answered and said unto them," because the disciples was like, "Why you speak unto them in parables?" Mm-hmm. It says, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them not given."
But to them it is not given. And when you get that word mysteries in the Greek, it's mysterion, which is G3466, mysterion, hidden thing, secret, mystery. It also says of God, the secret counsels which govern the Most High in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from the ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the holy. So it's hidden from everybody else. They think America is going to continue. I go to my pops right now. You think America is going to be destroyed? Nah, man, it's going to keep going. You go to an average individual in the society. Now, you may have individuals within this world say, "Yeah, I see it." But when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, they don't have the full scope that the elect of the nation of Israel have, starting with our apostles, elders, a great millstone on down. You got it?
Isaiah 55:8. "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts." And so the ways of the Lord is higher than you people. Who gives a fuck about what you think? You don't know shit, And of course we're mortals as of right now,
right?
But Lord, we are gods, because we're Israelites, and we're given an unction, that anointing. Y'all ain't been given that. We're not boasting. That's just facts. But very soon we're gonna be able to boast. That's what the Lord said. Is we're gonna be boasting.
Give you fame and praise
in the land.
In the lands which
you'll put to shame.
Mm-hmm.
So very soon, all that hee ha snickering bullshit like
you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. It's gonna be a reversal. You looking at the future governors, and it's gonna be forever. You gonna love it. Mm-hmm. So you talking about no kings, bitch? You gonna have a king over you.
Man.
Which it's gonna be two of them. Ultimately, the top is Yahweh Shai, and King David.
Yep.
You knew what King David used to do to the Edomites, garrisons within the land, had the other nations in subjection, and it's gonna be up in the kingdom. It's gonna be times 10, but it's gonna be in righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, that's all I want, because it's really.
I got one more verse in that second Ezra 9. If you.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, because I was gonna read down to being, the ones being saved. So you want 6?
Yeah.
Second Ezra 9:6, it says, "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs."
And endings and effects and signs. So the beginning has plain, what did it say again?
It said, "And even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects
and endings and effects and signs." So the beginning has wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And we're seeing the effects and signs of the end being made manifest before our very eyes right now, man. It is clear to see, man.
Playing into the holy.
And stumbling blocks into the wicked. And this is what the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai has done. What they call him in the world, the maestro or something like that.
Maestro.
Not called the Lord, but you know,
Maestro is damn man.
and like the dude that distinguished musician, especially a conductor of classical music. So the conductor, the maestro, you know, he's the one he's the one leading the show. He lifts his right hand and they start singing, and then he lifts his
the conductor.
the conductor, the maestro, lifts his left hand and they start singing in the left. That's the Lord Yahweh Shemi Yasai. He's making a beautiful song, a beautiful sound, as it said in what Ecclesiastes 33, and going into damn, I'm gonna get it real quick. If you want to ask him real quick, it's Ezekiel 33. This is the Lord's movie, man. This is our movie. This isn't our prophecy. This isn't our will. Ezekiel 33 and verse 30, and it reads, not 30. It says verse 32, Ezekiel 30 and 32, and lo, thou art unto them a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. So they hear it, but then what they just reject it, because when we speak, starting with our apostle and elder Great Millstone, these are words of the Lord Yahweh Shemi outside. So this is his movie, and then as we speaking into existence his movie, man. And it says what? It says, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Oh, yeah, we're Israelites? Oh, okay. And then they just go on about their business.
That's it.
And it says what? Verse 33, and when this come past, lo, it will come. And the NLT it says, but when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they will know a prophet has among them. So the Lord is playing a beautiful song for you to listen to. The elect is listening, but the majority of the nation of Israel isn't listening, man. So the Lord is playing a song for you. Hey, play to the tune. And you have a lot of Israelites who claim they're Israelites, but they're not playing to the tune of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Yasai. The Lord's doing this, and then everybody else is just doing this. Like the Lord is facing you, and then these Israelites are facing the world.
They're off tempo.
They're off tempo, man. They're not playing the right notes that the Lord intended and required for us to play. You got it.
Revelation 14 and 1, it says, now looked and lo, a on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice that Dawa really, and because it really says their father's name and the son's name. So you got to have both. Old Testament, only Israelites. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters. Yup. And as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man learned that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You got it? So only the elect can learn this song because it was given unto them to understand the lyrics, to sing the lyrics. You know, it's not given unto nobody else. And if it wasn't for the Lord having the elect, we'll all be through.
Yeah. That Isaiah 1 and 9.
Yeah.
We would have been like on the side if the Lord Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. We would have been like in the Sodom and been like unto Gomorrah.
And no, not Sodomites. It's saying we would have been astray.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord left a promise.
Who the hell reads it like that?
That's true. That's right.
Who the hell? Who wants to think like that, man?
Yeah.
Why would you want to think? Oh yeah, the Lord would have made us all gay.
No.
Fag boys.
Yeah.
That don't make. You might be one, man. If you're thinking like that, we hate this place. We don't want nothing to do with this, man. Dumbass niggas.
Yep. And it says, these are they which were not defiled with women, philosophies, you know, other doctrines. It says, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most, or unto God and the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. So there's nothing you can do to the elect.
Right.
There's nothing that you can say, oh, well, he used to do this. oh, he slipped up and he did this. And how's he the elect?
Right.
Because the Lord ordained that. And then also too it says that they are virgins, meaning they wasn't penetrated with these different religions, philosophies. They didn't stay upon that shit.
They left it.
And what it say? We tear down strongholds. The Lord, how does it go in Corinthians? Tear down strongholds. So when we out there preaching, we're tearing down the strongholds on your mind. And so hopefully the Lord will guide you right back into the correct path. Because we're not doing it, we're just vessels. We don't take no credit. We hope to be saved and be delivered. And yes, we want a reward. Cause that's what's offered. We're going to be rewarded for what we do. If we stay in this lot and we teach 100% truth.
Yep.
And don't be defiled. You don't want to be defiled. A lot of you Israelites out there, y'all defiled. Y'all show no that to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah. You don't, or if you do, you don't take heed to the doctrine. You don't preach the actual doctrine. And just about that, you disrespect the Lord. Because it's his doctrine. This ain't ours. We didn't make this up. You got it.
Yep. 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
All right, you said through the Most High?
Yep, through the Most High.
Through the Most High, by the pulling down of strongholds, different philosophies, religions, all that shit we used to be involved in. By hearing this word, the Most High broke down those different strongholds that was on our mind. But really, it wasn't like a stronghold. It was some type of background belief we might have had. But we didn't hold fast to that shit.
Background noise.
Yeah, background noise. But the Lord broke that down and brought us in. Because you ain't bringing yourself in. The Lord brought you in. And the Lord get an increase. Yeah, that's you want something else?
You said you wanted to keep going in that second Ezra?
9? Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to get this next verse real quick.
All right, go ahead.
And 2 Corinthians 10:5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of a Mashiach. And that's what the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua instilled in the elect. Yeah, you're gonna, because it's what though ye once were Gentiles, in times past ye were Gentiles. So we was once in this society. We was once doing the things of the world, but the Lord brought us out of that, man. The Lord brought us out of that, and then He kept us from that to where we never went back from it. We never looked back. What did it say? Remember Lot's wife. Don't look back. But you have a lot of individuals who are looking back, and said what in Luke. If a man looking back, he is not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. Yeah. If he put his hand to the plow and looking back, he is not fit for the kingdom of the Most High. And you have a lot of individuals that look back, which ultimately means that they got popped. Yeah. You're no longer a virgin, man. You no longer are under that covering cast of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
It's better for you not to even come into the truth.
Exactly.
Just don't come in, because it's something bigger than yourself. You gotta know what you're doing, what you're involved in. Blood in, blood out. This truth is blood in, blood out. Even if you get kicked out, you still, if you got kicked out due to a doctrine issue, you're not teaching the right doctrine, you need to get that shit right. Then go out there and push it, pray, get them demons off of you, because that's the thing, you don't know when you're going off because of demons. But if you're being told by brothers, hey, you're going off, you need to accept the correction and get right back on that right path. But you get kicked out, you still got a job to do. You get kicked out, you know what you know what the fuck to do. You was doing it before you was in the camp. You was teaching, and you was teaching the right doctrine. You need to continue in that.
Yeah.
Continue preaching the right doctrine in hopes to get saved, to be saved. It's bigger than you, and pray for forgiveness. We all need forgiveness, because we ain't perfect. We're striving to be perfect.
Right.
This turned into exhortation video. But yeah, you
can keep going.
Second Ezra 9.
Yeah, we'll probably end it off.
Second Ezra 9. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, "And everyone that shall be saved," I often say field. What's going on with field? "Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith," because you gotta believe in this. You just can't be on no fucking bandwagon oh, everybody's Israelites. I'm an Israelite too.
Right.
You know, it's that we got the little pretty garments and headbands and shit. No, it's not about that. You know, you got to have actual faith. You know, that mustard seed.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It said, and shall be preserved from the said perils. So like I said, you know, the end that's coming is for the wicked 2/3 of the nation of Israel, ultimately Esau, Edom, the other nations, the ones that put us in captivity. This is for their downfall. 2/3, they don't want to get right. So what other option is it? It's for them to be destroyed. You know?
That's right.
So just remember that what's happening, it has to happen. We're going to go through it, but you got to have faith and believe. You know? That's all you need, that little seed of a mustard grain that's going to grow. You know?
Right.
You got it, bro.
That's it. So, you know, like I said, man, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Just continue to stay patient, push forward, endure, fight. That's all we can do, man. Because as we get closer and closer, it's not going to get easier. It's going to get harder. So we got to stay, you know, as close as we can to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua as possible, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before we end off, we'd like to give our praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakodash. Double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.